by the power of Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread.
Toys are awesome, and some toy lines are amazing, but believe it or not, there are some genuine mysteries out there that come with them. And one of them came with the Masters of the Universe vintage toy line, the Wonder Bread He-Man. Yes, you heard that right, Wonder Bread He-Man. A strange variation of the classic He-Man toy that started to appear that actually had brown hair, black belted trousers and boots, and no accessories, except for some Castle Grayskull leftovers appearing in some of the small baggies. Many collectors just assumed it was some kind of custom figure made by a fan, but weirdly, many people came out to say that they actually had this figure at some point growing up, which sparked interest in this giant mystery of where did this figure actually come from, and where does Wonder Bread have to do with any of this? Regardless, let's get into this strange toy mystery, the case of the Wonder Bread He-Man. So like mentioned, this mysterious figure started to appear on many collectors' radars, at first appearing to be a custom, but many fourth would eventually come out to say they've actually had this figure at some point, which raises the big question. Was this an actual legitimate Masters of the Universe figure, or something else? Well, when asked, Mattel denied having much knowledge of the figure, so where did it actually come from? Well, it came in these strange little baggies, which meant many to thinking that it was some kind of giveaway figure, and some kind of promotion. But the issue is that Masters had lots of promotions. This is where the Wonder Bread He-Man term came from, as many people thought that the Wonder Bread promotion for Masters of the Universe had something to do with it, with many cool custom figures and Wonder Bread packaging coming out later. But as research would suggest later on, this is actually false. Wonder Bread would actually come out and deny any of this and any kind of involvement in the Wonder Bread He-Man. So once again, this begs the question, where did it actually come from? Well, turns out Masters did this promotion with Wonder Bread, but it was actually for trading cards, not a special figure. So the mysterious mystery of this figure and the origin of it loomed for a long time. Other people suggested this might have been some kind of lost prototype for the original Conan line that Mattel did have the license to make toys for, but eventually dropped it when they found out how violent the film was. But like many people suggested before with Conan and Masters of the Universe, the timeline of events just doesn't match up for Masters and Conan. Other people have suggested that maybe other promotions like from Jell-O or Nestle, but like I said, none of them have confirmed that they actually promoted such a figure. So once again, where did this even come from? Was everyone experiencing what is now called the Mandela effect? Eventually, some new clues would come out in this case. In 1982, Mattel had an offer for a buy 3 get 1 free promotion going on where you essentially buy 3 figures and get shipped 1 random special figure. And it is suggested that this figure must have come from this promotion. Clues include the baggie, and the most damning of all, the promotion letter in some of the bags. Now, with part of the mystery actually solved, you may be saying to yourself, well, that sounds all well and good, but is there actually any evidence in hard form? Well, thanks to the Spectre Creative, who has a great series on this particular figure, a parent wrote an angry letter to Mattel who mentioned the Wonder Bread He-Man in a description from 1983, basically confirming the existence of this figure back then. Now, for why the figure never came out officially, we don't exactly know for certain, or whoever managed to fully design the figure. Mattel did respond saying that the parent was right in her complaints and that we need to stop giving away this version of He-Man. So that's why it was a limited issue and other stock were probably given out to special events at Mattel. For the weapons that came with the figure, they were actually in a theory repackaged from Man-at-Arms, who had the same type of Wonder Bread He-Man type weapons. Now, who made this figure at the end of the day? We'll probably never know the official origins who actually designed the figure, as it kind of just came out in a random way, but we do have evidence that Mattel released it in some form or another, and that's kind of most likely the origin of this figure. Now, the actual origin and design of the figure is quite foggy and unknown. Mattel definitely actually designed the figure, and once again did agree to some process of it, but where was his actual origin? Well, my theory is, a part of me actually, is that in the Mattel factory, someone may have designed this exclusive figure on the spot. They just decided to paint him with brown hair and black parts and slap him some weapons that were lying around from the Grayskull set, and, well, there's your He-Man. And, well, that's probably the best possible explanation of the true origin of Wonder Bread He-Man. Once again, it's a fascinating mystery, and it's one of the coolest things that come out from toy lines, and one of those oddities that I always like to cover. Personally, my opinion on the figure is that it looks pretty cool. I like the brown hair, the cool Zodak armor, and I like how he looks like more like a Conan appearance. Even the weapons are nice, and the whole mystery of this figure is pretty fascinating and kind of makes him a weirdly cool icon in a way. Wonder Bread He-Man would even make it out to a variety of products. In the Masters of the Universe Classics line, he gave a new official figure with the new name Wondar, like mentioned, featuring all the accessories including the fan-added black Zodak armor and, hey, some cute little Wonder Bread. Also having some lore added to him saying that Wondar was the hero 100 years in the past in pre-Eternia, who guarded the two halves of the Power Swords and Castle Grayskull. Even other figures were made, including the Wonder Bread He-Man, including funny little comedic versions of the figures, and even an updated new retro release of the figure in the old He-Man-like style and packaging, which frankly looks amazing and you can actually purchase online. Even the character had an appearance in Masters of the Universe Revelation with a crazy cameo. And, well, that pretty much wraps up this incredibly fascinating story and journey for this mysterious figure, Wonder Bread He-Man. I thought it was very fascinating and a cool little oddity and fact about the old Masters of the Universe toy line. Well, if you like this video, please subscribe and show your support in the comments or even in the like button, or just in general, thanks for watching the video. See ya.